What is up, guys? We're back with some more Wild Rift Esports, and as you can see, we are once again taking a look at the Taiwanese Icon series. This time it is going to be the grand finale of this week, which is Flash Wolves going up against one team. They're the two best teams of this week. They pretty much stumped the other two teams completely, and we're jumping straight into the draft. Camille and Fiora being banned out by Flash Wolves here. They really don't want the Baron laner, which is of course one kid here, to pick any of these super strong champions, it seems. Meanwhile, we have a Lee Sin and an Akali banned out by one team. A Seraphine first pick instantly, which is very interesting. Now keep in mind, in the Taiwanese Icon series, we've seen a lot of Lux. So I really expect Lux to come out here because in the previous games, throughout the whole day of this tournament here, she was banned every single time, and it seems like she's already getting hovered. But let's get into the other picks. We have a Darius, 4-kid here, and a Kaisa on the side of one, and that gets responded with a Gragas, which is probably going to go into the jungle, and a Gragas, which is going to go into the Baron lane, and then Olaf, which is probably going to go into the jungle. And that Lux is picked, okay? Now, she will probably be a support. That is how we usually see a Lux played in Wild Rift Esports. I don't think I've ever seen it in the mid lane. I would love to see it, but I don't think that is going to happen. We have a Jarvan pick as well for the jungle position. Very nice little counter jungler against Olaf. Olaf can't jump out. And we have a Diana pick, which is very interesting, and an Ezreal for Flash Wolves. But look at this. We have a Braum support. So it is going to be a Lux mid lane, most likely, unless it's a Braum mid lane or something stupid like that. That is insane, guys. Let me move my camera. And man, guys, I have never seen a Lux mid. And whenever I have seen it, it was in solo queue, and I was tilted. You know, if it was on my team, and if it was on the enemy team, it was a free victory. So I'm very excited to check this out. I have to shill my other videos right here real quick, okay? If this is one of the first videos that you're watching by me, make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell, because of course, I will test this Lux mid lane myself in my ranked games. Should be a lot of fun. It's not that bad. It really isn't that bad. Hopefully, one Baya here will show us that it is absolutely insane. Now, I kept saying Lux support is probably getting banned by these teams, but maybe it was Lux mid lane getting banned all along. I don't know. Maybe they played in the mid lane. I have only seen it in the support position so far in esports. By the way, as you can see here, the difference between the Taiwanese region and the Vietnamese region, instantly, in Vietnam, you always have the duo lane going into the mid lane. And here you have the standard mage against mage in the mid lane, Baron laner versus Baron laner top, and bottom lane with that duo going up against each other. So that is very interesting. The Olaf here going a little bit for a janky, not janky, but a little bit of a creative jungle start. He is trying to invade this Jarvan, or is he trying to dive this bot lane already? Level 3? I don't think that is possible, my guys. Yeah, the Seraphine gets quickly poked out by the tower along with the Braum and the Kaisa, and she has to just run away. Now, keep in mind, Kaisa is the most broken marksman in the entire game. That is why we see all these teams trying to pick her as early as possible, because she just does so much damage with that Q evolution speedrun build. You know, you go for a BF sword into the Executioner's Calling, into a long sword, and, you know, you spend a total of 3,000 gold and you already have that Q evolution. It is absolutely insane. At which point, if the Seraphine is isolated, you press Q once onto her and half her health is gone. And because of the Executioner's Calling, you also are functioning very well against her heal summoner spell, against her heal on her second ability, and against the Olaf lifesteal as well, and against the health regen from the Gragas passive. So just an amazing pick, man. Guys, I'm telling you, people underestimate early Executioner's Calling on a lot of champions. You can just go for it, man. Almost every champion has some sort of healing. The marksman mostly goes for lifesteal boots, all of that stuff. It is pretty crazy how much value that item provides for that small amount of gold. But yeah, all eyes should be on this Diana versus Lux matchup, you know? You have the Lady of Luminosity and the Moon Girl, which is cool thematically, but not only that, we also have a very long-range mage trying to stay safe, trying to not go into the range of the assassin in the mid lane, which is of course that Diana. She's going for a Rod of Ages first item, and the Lux is most likely going for that Luden's Echo. She could also go for the Harmonic Echo, but I do think if you're going mid lane Lux, you probably want to go for a little bit of damage at least, especially since they have Braum support and Jarvan in the jungle. These two champions won't really deal a lot of damage. Darius seems to be going Trinity Force first, just like usual, so he's gonna deal a nice amount of damage. But still, if you had a support, if you had a mage support that is going to deal a decent amount of damage by themselves, then you could go for maybe a Harmonic Echo in the mid lane even. But meh, I think it's gonna be Luden's, and there it is, Luden's Echo. This should be fun. This should be really fun to watch. I hope the Lux is gonna show us nice one shots, because let me tell you, if you get hit by that light binding, I mean, you guys know how much damage Lux support even does, right? But Lux mid lane, that is a whole different tier. So that should be really fun. First dragon is on the map already, for 15 seconds already at this point, and it is an infernal dragon, so I fully expect a huge fight to break out. Now this Diana is definitely going to provide more value in this little skirmish here around the dragon this early on, because her ult is really powerful in the jungle. Because there's not a lot of ways, it's oftentimes very closed areas, like look at this little choke point there by the blue buff wall. Very easy to just jump in there and hit a lot of people with that ultimate. Not a lot of ways to dodge away from it. And the Lux, I mean, Lux can do really well too. Don't get me wrong, Lux is pretty strong at this point. Has her ult available, will pop that passive with her ult. Lots of bursts coming in. By the way, it is a Lux with not only Aerie, but also a heal. That is very interesting. So she wants to have a heal for her jungler, for the skirmishes, I guess. But yeah, because usually you would see barrier, right? Also, that Aerie is a little bit interesting. If I were to go Mage Lux, I would probably go for Electrocute. But while I'm saying that, we have a team fight breaking out. Beautiful Seraphine ult hits too, and exactly what I'm saying. The Diana ult hits, I think, 3 or 4 people there, and they are completely poked out. The Jarvan ends up dying, but that is it so far. Nope, the Kai'Sa ends up dropping as well. So 2 for 0 trade, and the Infernal Dragon is of course gonna be the price for this team fight. For this victorious team fight for Flash Wolves. Flash Wolves already pulling ahead a little bit, you know. They're chilling now. They are looking at a 1,300 gold lead, which again is nothing too big so far. We have the Seraphine going for a Harmonic Echo first, because you can see the replay of the fight, good Seraphine ult, and then 4 people hit by that Diana ult, beautifully done. And yeah, that is exactly what I said there. In those choke points, very easy for Diana to hit that ultimate. Now again, these two teams are 2 of the best in the world. That's why I always spectate these, because they keep winning against the other Taiwanese teams. And a lot of people say that Taiwan is the best region, at least macro-wise. Macro-wise, I would say Taiwan is in a very strong position right now compared to the other regions. And yeah, these two teams are the front runners of it. They 2-0 their opposition. The game that I reviewed last time with the Malphite going hybrid build in the mid lane, these two teams were playing pretty well, right? Well, they got bopped by Flash Wolves and one team respectively. Both got 2-0'd by their opponents. So yeah, Flash Wolves, one team, definitely looking strong so far. We have Olaf once again going for that Death Stance first item. I'll have to make a video about that. That's cool. We also have Olaf going for that, what's it called? Righteous Glory on the boot enchant. He wants to run super fast. He wants to just run people down. And yeah, we'll see if he's going to be able to do that. Of course, it's very, very potent against Lux. Pops ult, pops Righteous Glory, runs her down. She can't really do much, you know. Poor little girl running away from the strong Viking. I think we've all seen that before. In Vinland Saga, guys, you guys always think too dirty. I'm talking about some wholesome anime action. You guys are always so bad. You have something wrong with you, man. You should really get that checked out. I don't know, man. That's a little bit weird, bro. Anyway, while I'm saying that, we have Gragas engaging a little bit onto that Darius. He has to flash in the end. And he pops the B emoji, man. Come on, Gragas, don't do that. Don't be toxic. By the way, Gragas going for a tank build. We've seen that more and more. In a previous game in the Taiwanese Icon series as well. We've seen that. Well, you haven't seen it, but one where I checked if there's anything noteworthy, if it's worth reviewing. Yeah, we've seen a Gragas, but he went actually Aftershock, which is very interesting. I guess both are possible, Aftershock and that Grasp. I do think he was going mid lane though with that tank build. So mid lane, Grasp, you're probably not going to get to auto attack anybody for quite some time in the laning phase if they're ranged. So the Aftershock seems a little bit better there because you will hard engage, or in team fights is of course really strong for the bonus defenses. But while I'm saying that, the Olaf is doing exactly what he wants to do with that build. He wants to run people down, and he is running the Darius down. He's able to get a kill, and that is turning out to be a pretty dangerous gold lead here. Flash Wolves 3,000 gold ahead. That Lux has not done anything so far. However, she is still in the running with her money. Oh, there she goes. She hits the binding, but the Diana is so tanky. She doesn't care. She flashes away and doesn't even die in the end. However, on both sides, no one dies. Man, the Gragas and the Diana were lucky. But, hey, what can I say? I'm rooting for the Lux. I'm really rooting for the Lux. She's cute. You know, she has that cute little skin. Come on, man. What's not to like? What is not to like? We have a little bit of a Romeo and Juliet situation going on here because, of course, Ezreal and Lux are lovers, if you didn't know that. And they're on opposing teams. The tragedy. Let's see if it's going to be a happy end. Spoiler, it won't, because only one team can win. You know, there's no draws in League of Legends. Luckily, we don't want to see a soccer situation. You know, it is what it is. Anyway, guys, while I'm saying that, the Olaf is getting dangerously close to a full Trinity Force. Death's Dance into Trinity Force. That is a lot of ability haste. That is a lot of damage. And on top of that, it's a lot of lifesteal paired up with tankiness from the passive of Death's Dance, which gives you that bleed passive, which makes you really good against burst, like Lux, like Darius. Yeah, that's it. Beautiful. And the dragon goes over to the Flash Wolves again. They are just taking over this game, man. Last time I was talking about the gold lead, it was like 2 minutes ago, and it was a 3,000 gold lead. Now we're looking at almost 6,000 gold lead, which is absolutely unreal. Diana going for a Rod of Ages into that Rabadon's Death Cap. Lots of damage with that build. And now she's gonna go for that Death's Dance, not Death's Dance of course, although that would be really fun. She's going for a Nashor's Tooth next, with that little attack speed item. Pretty standard build, you know, squeezing in a Rod of Ages. Again, esports always tankier than solo queue. You can do whatever you want. Ooh, the Ezreal gets a little bit caught, is able to jump away though, and the Seraphine ult turns the team fight around. The Kaisa is going to drop again as well. And man, oh man. Sometimes it's a double-edged sword, you know, when I don't check how exciting the game is. Because I just saw they picked Lux, you know? So I was like, okay, Lux, that's fun. We don't see Lux often. And this is the high-tier teams, you know? So I want to see how they utilize Lux. Why Lux was always banned against these two teams. So I really wanted to see it. But they're getting stomped. Jokes on me. But hey, she's going for a Rabadon's. She went for a Rabadon's second. She has a lot of burst, man. She has a lot of wave clear too. We might see a late game situation here. I mean, honestly, who outscales? I'm not sure. The thing about Kaisa is she definitely outscales Ezreal, but Olaf and Diana are very strong late game as well. So is Seraphine. Yeah, it's hard to tell here who outscales who. at the end of the day, I think it depends on who wins. The way Wild Rift works right now, the one person split pushing is always very important. If you have been paying attention to the esports videos that I put out here, like this one, then you probably notice that a lot of times I'm saying, oh my god, this Fiora, oh my god, this Camille, oh look at her split pushing, look at her just winning the 1v1 and getting a tower. Yes, that's a very big deal. So I think a lot of the late game decision making is dependent on these matchups. And Darius, I don't think he's contested. Diana can maybe contest him, but not really. I wouldn't say so. I think Darius bops her. I think Darius bops everybody. But if you lose all your tier 3 towers, then it's going to be difficult. One tier 3 tower already down. Is the second one going to fall as well? I think so. This Diana passive comes out, half the tower is gone, man. And the Diana goes in deep, does a lot of damage, but gets caught out. Uses Sonya's. I don't think she's going to die. The Jarvan goes back in. Beautiful Seraphine ult. I think that's a wrap. I think the Seraphine ult pretty much ends the game right there. That is absolutely insane. No, maybe not. Maybe they are able still to defend a little bit. The Darius wastes his Proto Belt. Oh, the Diana goes very deep. But she is just so tanky, does so much damage. Oh my god, the Ezreal is low. He is able to use Zhonya's, is able to juke away from the Jarvan Q. And while this is of course terrible for one team, at least they held on to the game. They can try again. Now, Flash Wolves is definitely going to get this dragon. They take the whole enemy jungle as well. And this is looking very, very, very dire for one right now. Can they come back? Probably. But we'll see. It is definitely possible. You know, it is very oftentimes possible. But is it going to happen? I'm not sure. We have a 3,000 gold lead on both carries, which is the big thing, right? And the Darius is at 10k gold compared to Diana at 13k. You have no chance of fighting her. Even though you have the Spirit Visage, so you're looking pretty good. Why does he go for a Deadman's Plate? Is that okay? The Ezreal deals a lot of magic damage. The Seraphine, the Olaf is not going to hit you. If he does, he's a noob. I'm not sure. I think I would go for more magic resistance. But I am not quite sure. I know the Deadman's Plate is great value for, great utility for the Darius, but at the end of the day, I think you gotta survive these team fights, and this is gonna be very difficult, especially these 1v1s against Diana and Gragas. You gotta survive these. While I'm saying that, Flash Wolves using the vision beautifully, completely eliminating the enemy vision, and just setting up for the Baron. Oh, but the Jarvan flag cannot be removed, and it gives you vision, but huge team fight breaking out once again. The Braum ult countered the Seraphine, the Braum shield countered the Seraphine ult. So I thought it's looking pretty good for a split second there, but not good enough. Hold up, they don't have Baron. I don't think they can end. You guys, you can't end. This is a waste of time. No shot. The Kai'Sa is alive. No shot. Diana does have ult. Ooh, dangerous. Oh, you're gonna get jumped, bro. Ah, but she runs into the... Oh, Zhonya's. Okay, come back, time. Yes! Nice, man. See that? Exactly what I'm saying, man. You can't end, bro. Good Zhonya's. Very good stasis usage there by the Kai'Sa. Diana disrespecting the Kai'Sa, not knowing she has the stasis up. And yeah, gets bopped. That is not a shutdown, but it is a very over-leveled enemy dying to you, which means you get a very you get a nice little comeback into the game. You can see she's level 14, Lux is level 14. That is exactly as the enemy carries are. And it is a 5v4 on the map right now. Oh, are we going to see something magical happen here? It's still an 11,000 gold lead, so don't get your hopes up too high. And Flash Wolves is doing a great job just stalling it out. Because they can't do 4v5, they can't do the Baron 4v5, but they can for sure wait until it's a 5v5. And the enemies can't do the Baron either. Gragas taking blue buff. He's going to push that bot lane. Darius going back to defend. And with Kai'Sa and everyone going back, I think this is going to be a Baron buff going over to Flash Wolves right now. And with that Baron, it's going to be extremely trivial to just end this game. It's going to be very simple. So I think this is the last straw for one team here. They need to contest this. I do think they have no other choice. If they can get a good team fight, okay, the Kai'Sa spots them out with the Void Seeker. Not too bad. 10 seconds left on the cooldown. She can use it again soon. Scout out again. But she has to use it very well. Okay, the Baron is started off. The Jarvan used his flag. That's why they started the Baron. Because they know he doesn't have flag, but the Void Seeker. Spots out the Baron low. Braum uses his shield. Already used. Perfect setup for the Seraphine ult now. She can ult without caring about the Braum shield. She wants to position in a nice line. The Ezreal just jumps over. Oh, she only hits the Lux, but it is enough. The Lux just dies instantly. The Kai'Sa is doing a lot of damage. Oh, beautiful. Zhonya's once again. Is she going to be able to turn it? She flashes away. The Ezreal wins the 1v1 against the Jarvan, the Darius though, and I think this Kai'Sa is going to die as well. Hey, at least we had a very good team fight at the end. That was dangerously close for Flash Wolves here. That was dangerously close. Beautiful stasis usages by the Kai'Sa, and this is what you can see. This is the highest level of gameplay. Not many kills. People only die for objectives. People only fight for objectives. There is no Clown Fiesta. These two teams are extremely good, and that is what peak Wild Rift gameplay looks like. Now, let's check it out. Who gets the MVP? Let's check it here. The Ezreal gets the MVP. He probably did the most damage. The Seraphine ult's very, very good though. I mean, actually, I was gonna say the Lux probably did nothing, but she did 18,000. Let's see, what was the build in the end? Ardent Sensor? Nah, bro, you have to be kidding me, man. For who? For Kai'Sa only? For Darius? Nah, man, if you go mage, you gotta go full mage, man. Oh, that is some weird... Okay, anyway, guys, hey, I'm gonna try AP Lux mid. If she is good enough to be played in esports, she's good enough for my diamond ranked solo queue games, okay? So hopefully no soy boys will complain and go AFK like they like to do in a Wild Rift. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know which other games you want to see on this channel, which other Wild Rift Esports matches you want me to spectate. And with that being said, please feel free to leave any constructive criticism as well in the comments below, or just leave an algorithmic comment to help YouTube think that this is good content and promote it to more people. Okay? Also make sure to subscribe, ring the notification bell, and with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Peace!